We're back on Atlas Radio, right here on the legendary oraclebroadcasting.com. And with us today, we have the iconoclastic Miss Meria Heller, Meria.net. Meria has been in the alternative media business for a long, long time. She's interviewed the great and powerful in the genre, and she knows a thing or two about this media resistance that we're talking about today. Miss Meria, welcome to Atlas Radio.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
You know, you've been on the radio, you've been on the internet doing this so long that and I should say that with us as always is Corey. What up, homeboy?
Hey, how you doing?
And I was, we've only got a few minutes in this segment here, but just real quick, you've been in the game so long, you've been doing this thing so long. Just off of the top of your head, what do you think has been the wildest moment for Meria in this experience
of doing this show?
Yeah.
Well, I would probably, God, that's a hard one. I would say one of the big moments, there were two that I would say offhand: the election of George W. Idiot and September the 11th, the inside job of September the 11th. What could top that? I shouldn't say that, I know.
Well,
because something always comes along to top it.
Yeah, and that's kind of why we do talk about it, to try to head those things off of the past. That where if it does happen, at least we know what's going on this time. But I was speaking more on this show. You know, you've interviewed some really notable names in your career doing this thing, and for aspiring show hosts or people who would like to get into the media. I would just like an experience of maybe something really special that a guest said, or some sort of unique interaction that you had with an interview. What was one of your greatest moments in doing these interviews?
One of my greatest moments.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a few. One was interviewing the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. That was like a thrill a minute for me, just on a personal level. Another was an author who had put together a book of quotes by Thomas Jefferson. When he told me if Thomas Jefferson was alive, he'd be doing exactly what I'm doing.
Wow.
He said my show was very Jeffersonian in nature. Those were huge for me.
Yeah.
Because I just do the work. I don't generally have time to schmooze or even think about what people have to say about it. So sometimes I'm caught off guard by how my show touches people. Right. Even my guests.
Right. I mean, I really think, Meria, that you've sort of that you've set a cornerstone in the genre. I really do. It's like on the one side, and I hate to bring out this comparison in this way, but it's complimentary towards you at the same time. Like on the one side, you have the pocket industrialists, and you have the people, the sensationalists and all that stuff, and then on the other side, you have this other vein, which I kind of credit a great deal toward yourself and Mr. Blood, where you have this side that's not as sensationalist. We're not as big mouthed, we're not as crazy and well funded and all that stuff, but we all seem to kind of be able to work on this, work together on a level that the other side just can't do. Whereas they have to eliminate competition, and we kind of foster cooperation. You know what I'm saying? And I credit a lot of that toward you and Mr. Blood, because both of you guys tend to exhibit that quality quite a bit. We are coming up on a break right now, Mr. Moore.
Yes, we are coming up on a break. Thank you for leading me in there. When we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more about the alternative media with Miss Meria Heller. When we come back, you're listening to Atlas Radio right here on Oracle Broadcasting.
Back to the program. You are now listening to Atlas Radio on the Oracle Broadcasting Network. I am the one and only HX. With me, as always, is my partner in crime, and right on time, it's Corey, the Sizzle Moore. What up, homie?
Hey, just here discussing some pretty cool stuff today. We have Meria Heller on the line. How you doing today, lady?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right.
To be here, as usual.
So we were talking before the break. We were talking about some of your more shining moments in your long and illustrious career, Miss Meria. And we were talking. You had the opportunity to interview the son of Mahatma Gandhi, the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. How was that? I mean, what would you talk about with somebody who has that kind of connection? What kind of questions did you ask?
Well, a lot of what he does now is similar teaching and work that his grandfather did. But, of course, I lost it because I had rewatched the movie right before I got him back on the show. And I asked him what he thought of the movie, like a little kid, you know. I was so excited. And he said every time he watches it, he cries because it's exactly like his grandfather was.
Wow.
And then I was able to get my professionalism back, which I don't think I've ever lost with any other guest, whether it was Gore Vidal, Kitty Kelly, Kucinich, it doesn't matter. I've never lost that edge, but with Gandhi, I just the hugeness of it flipped me out. And it was great. It was like a big thrill moment. But, you know, earlier you were talking about Jack Blood and myself being different. The reason is that Jack and I, don't have a secret agenda for why we do what we do, outside the fact that we're great American patriots. And the other thing is, we actually come from a place of love and not greed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always trying to help newbies out, people that are starting out, want information. You know, I even teach classes on podcasting. I'm certainly not making much money doing it. Right. And I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to help people like Richard Grove, who just put out a tremendous magazine called Tragedy and Hope.
Yeah, we're going to be working with him as well.
Yeah, and that's great. And I mean, we realize that we're all in this together. We're the loudmouths, and there are plenty in the so-called alternative media. They're in it for the bucks. Make no mistake about it. They throw as much fear out there as, you know, anybody else on TV or radio.
Right. Meria, you got, what's the websites, man, and how can we support what you do?
Well, the best way to support is get over and subscribe to the show, make a donation. I have a special. You can get a whole month, total free access to, 3,000 hours for $10. I mean, people have to start putting their money where our mouths are. Yeah. And the site is meria.net, meria.net. And every show I've done is there. I mean, and I don't consider it entertainment or sensationalism. I consider it an education. And my audience knows I've been learning right along with everyone else. It's just that I'm starting my 10th year this month on the net. So it's, 12-year learning curve.
Yeah. And I would say, you I don't know if you self-identified as this or not. Of course, I'm the first one to self-identify with stuff that sounds cool, but we call you the mouth that roars. But I would also like to say that I think that yourself and Blood and Grove, these are also the minds that discern. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we try to focus here, Corey can speak on it, is critical thinking. And we have, Corey, we've got a guest coming up next week that's going to talk about just that, right?
Yeah, next week we are going to have Jim Fetzer from Revere Radio on. We're going to have him every third Saturday of the month, I believe, of every month. And we're going to discuss, like you said, critical thinking and things of the sort.
Right. Yeah, because
Fetzer is absolutely great. I've had him on my show a lot. Actually, I just did a 2-hour show with him a few weeks ago. Good. And that's posted on my website, too. So we all share and share alike. There's no, this is mine, that's yours.
Now the grass may look greener when you're standing at a distance.